Bonjour! Aujourd'hui, on va parler du futur proche. The verb aller, which we've already learned, can be used with another verb to tell what is going to happen in the future. This construction is called le futur proche, or the immediate future. Don't forget to take notes as you watch and write down all of your questions. Pause, rewind, and rewatch whenever you need it. D'abord, on va réviser la conjugaison du verbe aller. Aller veut dire to go. Je vais. Tu vas. Il va. Nous allons. Vous allez. Ils vont. Et voici quelques exemples. Je vais en France. Nous allons au cinéma. Ils vont au supermarché. Lucky for us French learners, we do just the exact same thing in English for the immediate future. Instead of I am eating dinner, in the present tense, we say I am going, the verb aller, to go, to eat dinner at 7 o'clock tonight. So it's going to be just like we do in English, which is awesome. Okay, so to construct this, all you do is take your subject, le sujet, comme je, tu, il, nous, ma mère, etc. And then you take aller and conjugate it according to your subject, like je vais. And then after that, we put the infinitive, l'infinitif, of the action verb, which in the sentence above was to eat. So in order to put this sentence right here in French, all we do is take the subject, I, je, then conjugate it with aller, and add our infinitive of the verb to eat. Je vais manger. We can also add things after it, like talk about what you're going to eat. Je vais manger le chocolat, for example. So let's take a look at a couple of other examples. La semaine prochaine, il va passer son examen de français. Next week, he's going to take his French test. La semaine prochaine means next week. Let's take a look at another one. Cet été, nous allons aller à Nice. This summer, we are going to go to Nice. Nice is a beautiful city in the south of France. We are going to go. So in both of these sentences, the action verb, to take, and to go, are both in the infinitive. So he is going to take, we are going to go. So it's very simple. You just conjugate aller with your subject, right there, and then tack on the infinitive form of the action verb. One last example. Ce soir, je vais étudier le français. This evening, I am going to study French. I am going to study, le futur proche. So now you get to do a little bit of practice. So what you're going to do is take the verb in parentheses, for example, visiter, to visit, and conjugate that verb in the futur proche according to your subject. So you're going to need two parts to your conjugation. Okay, you're going to need the verb aller conjugated according to your subject, and you're going to need the second verb, the action verb, in the infinitive. I'll do the first one for you, and then you pause the video and do the rest. So for the first one, we have visiter, and we have our subject elle. So we take the subject elle and ask ourselves, what is the conjugation of aller according to elle? And it's va, V-A. Remember, v, va, va, just V-A. And then we're going to take our action verb, which is visiter, to visit, and leave it in the original infinitive form. We don't want to do anything to it. So actually, this is kind of easy. All you have to do is remember how to conjugate aller. Okay, so she is going to visit the Louvre Museum in Paris. Elle va visiter le musée du Louvre à Paris. So go ahead and do the last ones by yourself. Pause the video, and then when you're done, play the video again and you'll see the answers. Okay, did you pause? Pause now because I'm about to show you the answers. Okay, here we are. Here are the answers. So go ahead and pause the video again and check your work. Make sure you got them all right, and any ones that you didn't get right and you're not sure why you didn't get them right, star them, write them in your notes, and ask them in class next time, and we will go over it. Let's go through them really quickly. I'll read through them for you. Elle va visiter le musée du Louvre à Paris. Vous allez aller au cinéma. Tu vas chercher tes lunettes. Lunettes means glasses. Je vais étudier la science. Les élèves vont passer l'examen de sciences. Amélie et Antoine vont voyager en avion. So Amélie and Antoine are going to travel by plane. All of these sentences are in the futur proche, meaning it's something that they're going to do. So, for example, number 1, she's going to visit. Or number 2, you or y'all are going to go. Going to go to the movies. You are going to look for your glasses. I am going to study science. These students are going to take the science test. So it's very simple. All you need to do is know how to conjugate aller. Bon, donc on va regarder maintenant la négation. Oh, pardon, il doit y avoir un accent above that E. Make sure you add that. Okay. So let's take a look at negation. So where does our ne pas go? Because this time we have 2 parts to the verb, okay? So it's going to be like a hamburger, comme un hamburger, which we've seen before when we used verbs of preference like j'aime manger, or je n'aime pas manger. And in this example, we have our ne pas around the first verb, comme un hamburger, okay? So the verb aimer was our patty, remember, and this was the ne and the pas were the hamburger buns, okay? And the manger, the infinitive, is the side of fries. Fries on the side, okay? So le futur proche is going to work the same way, comme un hamburger, and it goes around the first verb, the conjugated verb, which is aller, okay? So let's take a look at a couple of examples. Number 1, numéro 1. Je ne vais pas visiter les États-Unis cet été. I am not going to visit the United States this summer. The United States this summer. So you notice that the ne pas goes around the conjugated verb aller comme un hamburger. Et puis l'infinitive à côté. So the infinitive, l'infinitif, is on the side, our side of fries. Numéro 2. Nous n'allons pas étudier ce soir. We are not going to study this evening. Instead of we are going to study, it's negative. We are not going to study. Notice again that the ne pas goes around our conjugated verb aller, and then the infinitive is outside the negation, outside of our ne pas. And don't forget, whenever your verb starts with a vowel, that you have to drop the I en ne and make it an apostrophe. Et numéro 3, Marguerite ne va pas commencer ses devoirs. Marguerite is not going to start her homework. So now I want you to try one. Write in your notes, en français, how would you say, I am not going to eat chocolate? En français, I am not going to eat chocolate. So pause your video really quickly and see if you can write that in French. I am not going to eat chocolate, and then I'll give you the answer. So pause now. Okay, and here's your answer. Did you get it? Je ne vais pas manger le chocolat. I, so the subject je, am not going, ne vais pas, to eat chocolate. Manger le chocolat. Ok, et voici quelques expressions utiles pour exprimer le futur proche. Here are a couple of useful expressions to talk about things in the future, the near future. So let's take a look at what each of these things mean. Demain, tomorrow. La semaine prochaine, next week. L'année prochaine, next year. Dans 3 jours, in 3 days. And of course, with this one, you can replace it with any number of numbers. So you could say in 5 days, dans 5 jours, in 6 days, dans 6 jours, in 7 days, dans 7 jours. So you can change it to any number, it doesn't matter. Okay, and then the next one, ce weekend, we've seen this before actually, this weekend. Ce soir, this morning. Ce matin, Ce soir, this evening. Ce matin, this morning. And cet après-midi, this afternoon. So ce soir, this evening. Ce matin, this morning. And cet après-midi, this afternoon. We've also seen this before and used this before. Bientôt, soon. And tout de suite, right away. So let's take a look at a couple of examples of sentences using these expressions in the futur proche. Numéro 1. Demain, je vais voyager à la plage. Numéro 2. Ce soir, je vais préparer l'examen de maths. Numéro 3. L'année prochaine, nous allons visiter Paris. Et numéro 4, ce week-end, il va aller au restaurant. Okay, so let's go through these again one more time. Demain, je vais voyager à la plage. Tomorrow, I'm going to travel to the beach. Oh, and I have a typo on number 2. Ce soir, je vais préparer l'examen de maths. Autocorrect. S-O-I-R. This evening, I'm going to prepare for my math test. Numéro 3. L'année prochaine, nous allons visiter Paris. Next year, we are going to visit Paris. Et numéro 4. Ce week-end, il va aller au restaurant. This weekend, he's going to go to the restaurant. Okay, la fin. And don't forget to write in your notes that you've written so far all of your questions that have come up over the course of the video. You'll have the opportunity to ask them to me in our next class. See you then. Au revoir.